Hi, I'd like to talk about self-driving labs for synthetic biology. My name is Hector Garcia Martin, and I'm staff scientist and group lead at the Berkeley National Lab. And I'm also the director for data science and modeling at the Joint Bioenergy Institute's Biofuels and Bioproducts division. So what is this thing about self-driving labs and synthetic biology? Well, what is synthetic biology? Well, to start with, synthetic biology is the branch of biology or of science that studies how to make cells or biological systems to a specification. So, for example, how to design a cell that creates biofuels or creates biomaterials, or how to make a protein that binds to a particular drug. So that's what synthetic biology does. And if you want to know more about that, I can give you some links later on. Now, what are self-driving labs? Well, these are labs that are automated. They have robotics that do the experiments as needed, and then they have artificial intelligence that takes the data from these experiments and decides the next set of experiments. And the idea of self-driving labs is that they'll be able to do science for us. They'll be able to take that data and create theories for us scientists, and therefore automate all of science and how to make science. There are already a few existing self-driving labs, particularly material science and biology, that are able to do a little bit of this closed loop where you have robotics do the experiments and AIs or algorithms doing the next set. And that is fantastic. And we can certainly leverage these, but they're still not able to really think like a human or provide the same scientific knowledge that a human would do. Now, why do we want to do these self-driving labs? Well, because we think that these self-driving labs will be able to allow us to tackle very complicated biological problems. And the reason is that we will be able to essentially manufacture new scientists. We could enclose these self-driving labs into microfluidic chips that were for around $800 a chip, and they will fit in the palm of your hand, and they'll be able to do science for us. So you'll be able to multiply the amount of scientists doing work on it, and we'll be able to really solve hard problems in biology, right? And one of the things that we want to use synthetic biology for is to create renewable materials that and biofuels that would create circular bioeconomy and would allow us to avoid using petrochemicals and help fight climate change. So that's one of the things that we want to do with them. But of course, the scientific knowledge gained by these self-driving labs could definitely be applied to many different problems, right? Also, the case of biology is particularly special because in this case, self-driving labs based on synthetic biology will be changing the genome of the cell or biological being you are acting on. And in this case, we will talk about cells. And we know that that gives us a lot of different functions, right? We know there are cells that are able to withstand radiation, for example, that can capture carbon from the atmosphere, can produce valuable chemicals and bioproducts, can coordinate cells into big beings like humans, for example, multicellular beings. And probably the most interesting example of the functions encoded in the genome are consciousness and intelligence that we humans display. So that's why we think we could encode this into a single self-driving lab. There will be a lot of things we could do with it. Now, this is not going to be an easy thing, and there are many gaps that we have to deal with, but there is also a lot of possibilities and possible applications of them. I'm not going to talk about all of them right now. I will just tell you, please visit the paper that accompanies that is going with this podcast, and also you can check my group webpage at qmm.lbl.gov, and under resources you will be able to find an introductory reading in synthetic biology, and then to some of our research, and you will be able to have access to this paper that I'm talking about. Thank you very much for your attention. Bye.